Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual vittles. And today I'm going in on what's in your spiritual budget. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. This is needed, family. Ooh. Because a lot of people don't even know what's in their spiritual budget. Now, your spiritual budget doesn't mean how much money you have to invest in spiritual tools, nothing like that. But your budget is a list of money that you have to pay things. A spiritual budget is a list of practices that you use to obtain a high level of spirituality. When you have bills, you got, okay, I got this money for the car, this money for the mortgage, this money for the food, this money for the gas and electric, this money for all that stuff. You have a budget. You need to develop a spiritual budget. You don't have to have it like in an Excel spreadsheet or anything like that, like you do your normal bills. If you do that, you can have a mental spiritual budget. You can have a physical spiritual budget in a book, just a set of practices that you follow throughout the week. After a while, you'll just have instead of a practice, it'll just be something you do. You create a spiritual budget in order to become the spiritual person that you aspire to be. The more that you do, the more easy it is. So in the beginning, when I first started my spiritual budget, all I had on my spiritual budget was altar practices. I go to my altar, say a divine prayer, burn some money. Well, at the time, just give some food and get some water. That was the beginning of my spiritual budget. Then I started burning ancestral money. I say like 5 divine prayers at my altar now. Most of my altar consists of giving and giving thanks. There are times within the year when I need things and I reach out to my ancestors for help and my higher divine forces for help. But 9 times out of 10, it's giving. When you become the ambassador of your family, you give. They come to you for what you can do for them. And the more you do for them, when there's a time when you're in need, they're going to be there for you, hands down. I haven't been led astray yet by my ancestors or divine forces, family. But again, I started my altar practices. I started giving money, burning ancestral money, saying prayers, meditating. All these things are compound interest spiritually. Then I started meditating. I added that to my spiritual budget. I started doing magic. I added that to my spiritual budget. I joined prayer calls throughout the week. We collectively get together and we help heal the world. We don't go and tell everybody that's what we do, but that's what we do. We have some advanced spiritual adepts. We get on the phone every Thursday and we say divine prayers. And we on the phone for like an hour. And it's not like, oh, help us. It's more like we putting our energy at one focal point to heal the world. And this is what we do every Thursday. That's in my spiritual budget. I do other practices. I'm a solar adept. I work with the sun. That's a more spiritual budget. There's a laundry list of things I do to advance my spiritual prowess. And that's what I want you guys to do. Get a spiritual budget. Don't just listen to this video and have it in the back of your mind. I need a spiritual budget. I don't want that. I want you to go out after this video. I don't care if it's on a back of a chewing gum wrapper. I want you to write down what you're going to put on your spiritual budget and hold yourself accountable for it. Get you a Post-it note and hold yourself accountable for it. And you don't have to do everything in one day. Your spiritual practices should accommodate your daily life. I don't want you to think, oh, I got to do these spiritual practices. I want you to just incorporate it in your daily life. When I was working in the office, my spiritual practices on every lunch break and every break that I had consisted not going to the cafeteria to get me some snacks or some vittles. My break consisted of me going outside, staring at the sun, working with the sun, getting the sun to respond to me, talking to birds. At first, when I didn't know any better, I was just talking with the guttural language that we human use. And then I started using my pineal to talk to the birds, and they started responding. It was the weirdest thing. Squirrels did it. They used to run, but when I would connect with them, they would just sit there and look at me like, is he talking to me? And I'd be like, in my mind, yeah, I'm talking to you. How you doing? Pick the nut up. Drop the nut. It was wild. It was wild. And that's when I knew it was more to the reality that we've been taught. But anyway, those are the type of things that I've done to incorporate in my spiritual budget. I want you to do the same. You need to marry or create a bridge between your physical practices and your spiritual practices and combine them together. You don't want to do all physical work and forget about the spiritual. You don't want to do all spiritual work and forget about the physical. There should be a marriage between the two. There should be a fusion between the two. And it should be a seamless fusion. You don't have to be like, oops, it's time for me to do my spiritual work. Stop what you're doing, do my spiritual work. It's not like that. Whenever I'm in a car, I cut the radio off and I just say divine prayers. I just say divine prayers. People driving think I'm really singing my favorite song because I'm getting into it. Namo Bhagavate Trilokyar. Padavista Bodaya Bhagavate Tariata. Oh, I'll be really getting into it. And I do it so much, I don't even know I'm doing it anymore. You know how when you drive, you're like, man, how did I end up at this destination? Your mind took you there. And when you say these divine prayers and things like that, what happened, you add light to your spiritual escrow that you can pull from in times of need. If you're saying divine prayers day in and day out, the same way millions of other people have said the same prayers day in and day out for thousands of years, you're getting like a spiritual debit card. You're adding money in it every time you say the prayer. And whenever you need something, or you're in a time of need and you need some oomph and some power, you can say that divine prayer and keep whatever you need right in your frontal lobe. Whatever it is, keep it in your frontal lobe and really focus on it. After you're done with your divine prayers, give thanks, and you know it is. That's it. Don't keep dwelling on it, because when you keep dwelling on a situation, you're telling the universe that you're not sure, or you don't have faith that it's going to come in for you. When you're doing your magic, I don't want you doing it, and when you do the magic, you do it and you leave it alone. Don't even come back to it. Know it's going to work and move on to something else. Move on to something else, and you will see that your turnaround will be a lot quicker. A lot of people put an anchor in their magic when they do their magic, and they just thinking about their magic all day. When it gonna work? When it gonna work? When it gonna work? When it gonna work? You don't want to be like that. You want to do it, forget it, it's done, and know it. It's just that simple. So these are all the things that I've done over the course of the years that I've been doing my spiritual practices diligently, daily, to help me win. To help me win. And again, I'm telling you, I know a few of you are going to do it. You're going to look at this video, like it, and leave a note, and not do anything. You got to challenge yourself to think beyond the parameters of what you've been brainwashed with. You got to really hold yourself accountable to your own spiritual growth. I don't want you to transition or die and be like, man, I heard about it, I knew about it, but I didn't do it. I got to come back to this earth and do it all over again, start from scratch. Yes, your subconscious mind is going to remember, but you won't be consciously aware. Now that you're consciously aware, do something. Become a doer. Do that doer. I want to give a shout out to a bunch of people that's been supporting me. I want to give a shout out to all the people that supported me. First, my boy Vaughn from Hawaii. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your support, your donations. I appreciate that. My boy Mike Henry, I appreciate your support. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate that. Justin Nat, I appreciate the donations. I appreciate your support. I appreciate that. Cole Rose, I appreciate your time. Everybody that's been watching these videos, I got a laundry list of people. I got people out in the UK. You know who you are, my UK brother. You know who you are. Man, I just want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all, and you guys are adding to my spiritual budget. The joy you get. Oh, hold on. Shout out to my cousin, Brandon. Appreciate you, bro. I love you, man. I mean, you're another ambassador of the family, and we need you're the only other ambassador in the family that's really doing spiritual practices. I love you and I appreciate you. Keep going. But you guys are helping me add to my spiritual budget. I'm getting all this love from people across the world telling me that they like the videos. So it's imploring me to do more. So doing these videos are on the top of my spiritual budget. If I'm not physically doing a video, you best believe I'm writing down topics on what I'm going to talk about. And I keep getting downloads throughout the day. I use Evernote to keep track of all the videos that I've done and all the videos that I'm going to do. That's in my spiritual budget. So you don't have to have a piece of paper. You can use Evernote. That's a great tool that I use, that I am imploring you, technical gods and goddesses, to use. You can take it with you. You can use it on your computer or your phone. It syncs up simultaneously. It's beautiful. And you can use that tool to help with your spiritual budget. So on that note, family, peace and love. If I didn't say your name, it's because I got a lot of thoughts in my head right now. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who responds, Everyone who's watching these videos, you hit the subscribe button or the like button or leave a message. I will get back with you, and I do appreciate you. So on that note, family, peace and love. Get your spiritual wallet out, put some spiritual vittles in your spiritual budget, and start winning. Winning, winning. Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual vittles. And today I'm going in on what's in your spiritual budget. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. This is needed, family. Ooh. Because a lot of people don't even know what's in their spiritual budget. Now, your spiritual budget doesn't mean how much money you have to invest in spiritual tools, nothing like that. But your budget is a list of money that you have to pay things. A spiritual budget is a list of practices that you use to obtain a high level of spirituality. When you have bills, you got, okay, I got this money for the car, this money for the mortgage, this money for the food, this money for the gas and electric, this money for all that stuff. You have a budget. You need to develop a spiritual budget.